So as Once Upon a Time begins wrapping, a lot of news stories will start leaking about what's going to be happening in the series finale. One example is the series finale title, which has been revealed by Adam Horowitz, which is Leaving Storybrooke, a title that I love, but also brings major sadness to me because I imagine that means the town is going to poof, and everyone who is there is going to go back to their worlds and hopefully live a happy ending. The fairy tale happy ending. Though in my head, I kind of really want, it's not going to happen, but it's what I would love is for Regina to take her throne and to have Zelena and Henry, older Henry, played by Andrew J. West, at her side and have everyone say, "Long live the Queen," and then have it end like that. I just feel that would be such a fantastic ending. It kind of would be Game of Thrones season 6 ending, but on a happy note, not a sour note. But that's just my own fantasy of how I want it to end. But anyway, because we have stories leaking, we have the stories of which cast members are returning, and a couple of them have been leaking, but enough now have come out that it's a compiled list. So we're going to discuss who's coming back and possibly what they're going to be doing in said role. There's only 2 that I think are going to have like really minute roles because of what happened to their characters in previous seasons. The other ones more or less will just blend in. So the first person coming back is Jared Gilmore. Now, because Henry is aged, Jared Gilmore can't be in the present. We can't pull Henry out of the past and have Andrew J. West interacting with Jared Gilmore. It would just be too much of a time paradox. So it wouldn't surprise me if Once Upon a Time does that. They should not. I don't advise it. So Jared Gilmore will be playing younger Henry in flashbacks. He's going to be in 2 more episodes, probably the finale and the episode that's his name is in the title. Is this Henry Mills or Who is Henry Mills? Something like that. A couple of the episode titles have been revealed since episode 17. I believe 17 or 19 is the one Lana Parrilla directed. I haven't discussed those because I didn't think they were that amazing. But that's, Who is Henry Mills or in the realm of that vicinity of the title is when Jared is going to be coming back. So it's going to be a very Henry-based episode, probably Henry in the present, which is awesome. Andrew J. West is fantastic. I have a feeling that the flashback is going to be heavily focused on Jared Gilmore, but at least Lana Parrilla will be there to balance him out. So he will be back. Then we have Beverly Elliott, who is going to be playing Granny again. And we'll also be having Tony Amendola, who's going to be back as Marco/Geppetto. And then we're going to have Lee Arenberg to come back as Grumpy. Now, because all 3 of those characters are in Storybrooke, I don't think we're going to be seeing their fairy tale personas unless we do end up back in the Enchanted Forest, and they just want to show us, how they got their happy ending. I know a lot of people kind of ship Marco and Granny, so that'd be actually really adorable if they got together. Grumpy Leroy, he's essentially, famous on the show for yelling, "The curse, it's here," and he has a couple funny lines. Hopefully he'll get like 1 or quick more lines. Hopefully interacting with older Henry. Or Danya Ramirez and older Henry saying, "Hey, you guys don't have chemistry. I don't buy it." But yes, every Once Upon a Time video, I am going to somehow get that out there, that I do not think Danya Ramirez and Andrew J. West have any chemistry. So that's essentially, the OG cast, anyone who was from season 1. Also, I can't believe I missed this. Keegan Tracy is coming back to play Blue/Mother Superior in the series finale, which I think is awesome. Keegan Tracy was really good in the role of Blue. Though, side note, and I have a feeling a lot of you know this, Lady Gaga was apparently considered to play the Blue Fairy. That would have been hilarious if Lady Gaga was on Once Upon a Time. I know Lady Gaga was on American Horror Story, though I don't watch that show, but I bet she was fantastic. She's a great singer, and I have a feeling that she can act. Again, haven't seen it, but just personal opinion. Now back to Keegan Tracy. She's coming back as Blue/Mother Superior. I think that's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to be happening there. But I have a feeling, just like with these other characters, it's going to be a very small cameo role. I don't think she's going to have a major impact on the plot of the episode or of the series overall. Now, Blue was always kind of like the anti-Rumple, at least in the beginning, but then she seemed really, neutral / mysterious, not really wanting to give away answers, even though she kind of seemed all-knowing. I really would have loved to have seen more scenes with Blue and the Black Fairy. Like, they could have done like a whole fairy arc in season 6 when they introduced the Black Fairy, bringing back Tinkerbell, though Rose McCleaver was really busy on iZombie then. She's still busy on iZombie now. But point being is also Keegan Tracy is coming back to play Blue. I just had didn't put it in the original video, and I wanted to make sure it came into the cut. So now cut from this and back to the original video, going to talk about characters from seasons 3 through 6. Now, for people who have come onto the show since season 1, we're going to be getting, and we're going to be talking about, starring characters in a minute. But Joanna Garcia is coming back as Ariel. Robbie Kay is coming back as Peter Pan. Victoria Smurfit is coming back as Cruella DeVille. And Sean Maguire is coming back as Robin Hood. Now, Robin Hood proper is dead. And we have Wish Realm Robin. So that makes me think we're going to be seeing Wish Realm Evil Queen at some point. Because essentially, Wish Realm Robin Hood, the way I just said Wish Realm just reminded me of Sidebar. It reminded me of an interview with Chris Evans where he was talking about how he lived at home for a couple months after he filmed Civil War. And he was talking to his nephew, and his nephew has a lisp and goes, "I don't like it," instead of "I don't like it," and it just blended into his vocabulary, and that's exactly how I said Wish Realm. Also, I'm very excited for the Avengers movie. The trailer was fantastic. So, Sean Maguire is going to be back as Wish Realm Robin Hood. Probably going to see Wish Realm Evil Queen. More or less seeing them in their happy ending of getting married. So those who are fans of Outlaw Queen are going to see Outlaw Queen in some capacity be together. That's my guess. Now, when it comes to Robbie Kay as Peter Pan died. Like, not only didn't he die, his spirit was dissolved. So he has to be in a flashback. There's no way we can see him in the present. It's just really a probably a nod to the fact that, Robbie Kay is, Peter Pan. There's no way he can be alive. Cruella DeVille, same thing. I imagine it's going to have to be something in the underworld. I have a feeling the way the season 7 finale is going to go is, probably in like the last 10 or so minutes, it's going to go into different worlds and showing you, what people are doing. And that's essentially what I imagine is going to be happening with Ariel, because Ariel got her happy ending. Though she did go to Storybrooke in season 4. I don't think we've seen her since season 4. I don't remember her in 5 or 6. So my guess is with Ariel, it's going to be seeing her with Prince Eric. Unless she interacts with Real Hook, it would make sense if she can. The only sense I can make of her coming back is if she goes to meet Real Hook in Storybrooke. But I just imagine we're just going to be seeing her and Prince Eric, and again, that revolving camera. I doubt she'll have any significance to the plot. Also, really quick correction to what I just said about Ariel not being in season 5 and 6. She wasn't in 5 as far as I know, but I remember her being in season 6 in a flashback. At the end of 4, or at the end of her episode in 4, she left to essentially go back to be with Prince Eric. So that's why I imagine that her ending is going to be on Hangman's Island with Prince Eric. I can't picture her coming back to have a really important significance on the show, because the character that she was tied with the most, Belle, who we're going to talk about in a few minutes, isn't even on the show anymore, and she's also dead. So Ariel was in season 6, but it was a flashback, and as of now, her character has a very little impact on the present storyline. Emma Boots' last episode, as far as I know, is episode 20, so I imagine all the Hyperion Heights activity is going to be done by then, so I doubt any of these characters who are returning are going to be dealing with the side effects of Drusella's curse. And speaking of Drusella, Adelaide Kane is done in episode 15, so none of them are going to get to meet Adelaide Kane, which is unfortunate because she's so great. So, for characters who are not coming back at the moment, Jennifer Goodwin, Josh Dallas, and Jennifer Morrison are not confirmed for the title, for the finale, which is ridiculous because they are 3 of the leads, or they were 3 of the leads. Now, Jennifer Goodwin, she said, I'm only going to be coming back for 1 episode, but then on Twitter, she said, maybe I'm going to try to make it work to come back for the finale. It would be very foolish if she did it. For one thing, paycheck. Come back for the money. She seems to be having steady work, but, she's not going to get as big of a check, as far as I can tell, unless she's going back to ABC. Networks pay well, plus she, would have, a special guest starring title. It would be fantastic just for her bank. Actors generally reprise roles because they need the checks, and she might not need it. She might have saved up. She's been in a lot of shows, but honestly, the money is an incentive. Then, story-wise, her story's done, but I think fans would love to see Captain Swan Baby. That would be fantastic. I was thinking about this the other day. I don't have a major attachment to Wish Realm Hook at all. In fact, I could care less if he dies because I know that Real Hook is happy with Emma. So I wouldn't care if Wish Realm Hook, in fact, I really wouldn't care if Wish Realm Alice died either, because I also know there's another Alice from Wonderland and her happy ending too. Because when you have too many characters, it dilutes the connection to them. Thank God we only have one Wish Realm. We only have one Emma. So point being is, I would love to see Jennifer Morrison return and have a couple scenes, more than one. She needs a few. I really felt that her curtain call in A Pirate's Life was very boring. She announced she's pregnant, but I think a lot of people want to see this baby. So I do hope that she comes back. Now, Jennifer Goodwin is coming back, but she's going to be on an ABC show. So at least she's on property, I believe. Most ABC shows shoot in Vancouver, more or less. I think a lot of them do, if not Vancouver, definitely Canada. Very few of them shoot in Los Angeles. So at least Jennifer Goodwin's working for ABC. She's also working. She does work for Disney proper. You know, she was in Zootopia and whatnot. So I think Goodwin should come back, but Goodwin probably won't come back without her husband Josh Dallas, and he's very busy shooting the Manifest pilot for NBC. So, you know, Morrison makes the most amount of sense, but I feel like it'd be a little empty if we don't see Goodwin and Dallas return as well, because they're so important to the seasons 1 through 6 plots, even though I had issues with their 3 through 6 plot or 4 through 6 plot lines. I do think that they both need to come back. In just a small cameo, even just to see them in a hug, to be like, Emma, where you been? Like, that would be awesome. Another person who hasn't been confirmed to come back is Emily de Raven. Granted, she died, but a lot of us are wondering if Rumpel will get to go to the afterlife to see her. That would make sense if she comes back. Now, maybe they're keeping that hidden, but I really think that she should come back to the show as well. Lastly, because I had said that Jennifer Goodwin got work, which is great. I'm glad that she's got a new job after Once. Josh Dallas has new work on NBC's Manifest, which is awesome. Rebecca Mader also has a role on it's a pilot. I don't know if it's been picked up for a full season yet. They probably just test it. But she's also going to be working for NBC after Once Upon a Time ends. So her and Josh have jumped ship from Disney to go work to NBC, which is kind of sad. I guess none of the ABC or Disney work wanted to pick them up. I mean, Josh was in a Marvel movie, but because of his work on Once, he couldn't do it. Quite frankly, if I had the option between being in a Marvel movie or a TV show, I'd pick the Marvel movie because I feel like it's just so much more exposure. But at the same time, it's TV's much steadier work. So anyway, Rebecca Mader and Josh Dallas are both going to NBC at the end of for Rebecca at the end of Once Upon a Time. But Josh is going to be on NBC's Manifest, which I believe will air this fall. So anyway, we still have yet to hear if Josh Dallas, Jennifer Goodwin, and Jennifer Morrison, and Emily de Raven are coming back. Jared Gilmore, Beverly Elliott, Tony Amendola, Lee Ehrenberg, Joanna Garcia, Robbie Kay, Sean McGuire, and Victoria Smurfit are all coming back for season 7 finale. And that's it. That's the Once Upon a Time update I have for now. And as I said, the title is Leaving Storybrooke, which is... it's poetic, but it's sad. So anyway, share your thoughts in the comments below about everyone who's returning. Do you think Jennifer Morrison should return? And thank you so much for watching. All right, guys, we'll talk soon. Bye.